Welcome YouTubers to another video unboxing and review. So today we got something that I never planned on getting, but lo and behold, here we are. Another piece by our good friends over at Pure Arts. So this is their liquor bust. A lot of people in my group have told me this is a fantastic bust. You guys know me, I'm a huge fan of life-size busts and whatnot. I own like over 40 now, so decided to get this bad boy. And I've heard that this might be Pure Arts' best piece, so we shall see. Checking on it, it's sold out in most places, but it still is available at Pure Arts' website. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys are interested in getting this. So this one does come with a COA, and it's very similar to the T1000, where it's like this red card. I got number 612. And it does come with a COA holder as well. So same deal here. So I like COAs personally. I was really disappointed that PCS stopped making COAs because I'm like, they're so cool. All right, so here is the base, and it is not super heavy. 612 of 666. So check that out. So here is the base. And I did, let me get the tape measure. I want to measure this real quickly for you guys. And it also did come with instructions right here. So the base isn't, too bad. Yeah, it's only like 13 inches by, well, really like 13 by 13. In height, it's only about 11 inches. And it does say caution, potential biohazard present. And then it has the, I believe, logo from Resident Evil. So there is a pipe that we have to put on first. I got this big pipe. Oh, okay. Oh, snap. Look at this. It has a hole through it. Let me see. Actually, I think it's this way. Or, wait for it, like this. Okay, it's like this. All right, so that goes in like that. Let's get off this liquor bust. It's very similar to like Venom, but obviously Resident Evil style. So check out that. Oh, mama. So check that out. So, okay. Yeah, this looks great. It's not super, super heavy. I need to make sure I got this in correctly, though. Okay, there we go. Boom, got that in. This also does have a knife, probably like Chris Redfield's knife or Leon Kennedy. And the knife, where do you go? Oh, it actually goes inside him. So right here is a knife insert. And the next is going to be that gnarly tongue, which is really what the liquors are famous for, especially like if you've seen the movies. You know, if you haven't played the video game, you'll at least recognize this from the movies. Like the first one towards the very end. Yeah, so you have this massive gnarly tongue. So you have to be very careful inserting this. But it went in nice and easy. Oh, it's gonna hit the COA. Oh, snap. And there you have it, folks. Check it out. The Liquor Bus. Let me just clean up real quickly and then we can review this bad boy. Alrighty, YouTubers. So let's take a closer look at Pure Art's Liquor Bust. And of course, we're going to want to get measurements with this massive tongue. Because this causes a severe depth issue. So the front of the tongue is about right there. It is about 29 inches. And then the tallest point is about 17 inches. So this presents both a pro and a con. You know, con, it's super deep. So you're gonna need quite a bit of space to display this. Your typical garage shelf is only 24 inches deep, you know, that most of us collectors use. So you can obviously display it at an angle or just have it in a place that isn't gonna be easily walked by because you don't wanna hit that tongue. If you were to hit that, you'd definitely knock it off, break some teeth, so you gotta be very careful. The fact it's not super tall does make this great for like a corner shelf. You know, like a corner wall shelf, honestly. I feel like that would be a great spot for this. You know, and I haven't lifted up the bus entirely, but let me lift this up. It weighs maybe 25 pounds. So, I mean, you could do a wall shelf if you know, get into the studs. It definitely wouldn't be, you know, as big a deal. But yeah, so this has obviously a brain face. And it does have lots of nice little like blue veins all throughout. And it's very glossy. And the teeth, they almost look acrylic. I'm not 100% sure what material it's made of, but they look really good. They're pretty gnarly. They definitely, you know, they need to see the dentist. I'll show you some close-ups soon, but the mouth overall looks really good. Now you cannot see a tongue seam, you know, which was kind of an issue with a lot of Venom statues. You could always see the seam line. This one, I'm proud to say there is no seam line. The side of the mouth kind of reminds me of a xenomorph. You know, it has that look. And the body, you know, in the video game and the movies, it's just a very muscular, almost just like you're seeing the raw muscle of the creature. You know, like it's missing a layer of skin, really. So it definitely has that look, and it has lots of gloss throughout that. Not all parts are glossy. There's some parts that are like almost drier looking. And the back part kind of just resembles the whole bones. It's the exact same paint scheme as the bones. You know, of course, it's coming out of what looks like this pipe. Not too much to see here. You know, of course, this is the back, so it really doesn't matter. Everything you want to see is here in the forward part. You know, very, very cool. And then you get this knife, which does have some blood in it. You know, he obviously got jabbed. You know, and it's a nice small little knife. It is not super sharp, and it is, I believe, plastic. It's not like a real weapon, you know, because you couldn't get that through customs. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool little feature, and that is the deluxe or EX version is having that knife in. You know, and I believe only the regulars are now available, which doesn't include the knife. However, the knife is not a deal breaker. Yes, it's cool and it's a nice little add-on, but I wouldn't let that knife be a decisioning factor for me. Yeah, it's definitely very sinister and cool looking. I like this. This is sick. Overall, great paint and detail, and definitely the best Pure Art statue I've seen personally in person. Definitely better than the T1000 and the T800 I've owned. I haven't seen like any of their, what are those? Other video games, Assassin's Creed statues. They make a lot of those. I never got into that video game a ton. And I haven't seen their Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal statue either, but I do really like that one because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. Yeah, overall, it's a stellar bust. The paint app overall does look great. It's not like a super clean paint job in general, just due to the nature of the creature. It's very like kind of sloppy-ish looking, but that's just because of the nature of the creature. And I will show you guys some pictures of this creature in case you're unaware of who this is, or you haven't played the video game. But if you haven't played the game, definitely play it, because lickers are super scary, especially when you first see them, because they don't see, they go by hearing. So let's go ahead and get some closer pics as well. Alrighty, so this is like a scene when you actually see the lickers. It's just eating this person, and check that out. Super creepy monster. Super cool looking. And then there is kind of the movie look, which I think the video game one looks better. Alrighty, yeah, so check out the licker. That is a very deep bust, for sure. Not very tall, but, I've already given my 2 cents on the matter. Let's check out the COA. 612 of 666. I would have loved to get 666. That would have been cool. Yeah, and so they give you this little like heavy plastic thing that just holds this. Yeah, so there is the caution, potential biohazard present, and I'm pretty sure that's like the umbrella logo there. So it's a little difficult to see the under part of the chest, although like I said, this would best be displayed probably super up high. I just think it'd look really cool, especially since they were like always like climbing on the ceilings. Having this like really high up in a corner on a wall shelf will look super cool. So there is the tongue. It does have like these little, they almost look like acrylic teeth. Then that really spiky thing where they could just stab you with it. Quite a big tongue, no doubt. And yeah, check out the teeth. Really nice detail. They're glossy. They look like real teeth. So they look great. And then this, like I said, this creature is like a mix of an alien and Venom. Because it has this parts, which is exactly like a xenomorph. Yeah, and then this is sort of like the bones and then the muscle structure. Yeah, and then the paint up, like I said, there's parts that are like glossy, then like right there it isn't. Now like the red kind of goes into this bony part. The brains look excellent. Check out the little like vein work right there. Can you see that little like lots of little blue veins, like right there. Lots of little veins and crevices, really good sculpt. It's very glossy. It looks like a freaking fresh brain. So it's such a cool looking creature in general, just very cool looking. Yeah, and you can see the color difference from like the under mouth into the actual main body. Then here is the pipe. Mine had a tiny little scuff mark there, but I'm just going to paint that black and fix that right up. Yeah, and the tongue even has some vein work all throughout as well. The tongue is semi-glossy, not as glossy as like the brains. I'm not 100% sure which one is, like accurate if the tongues are super glossy. I think it has enough gloss. It definitely has a shine to it. And I feel like their tongues were pretty much always out. So you would think, if your tongue's always out, it's going to dry up for sure. And here's the base, just kind of reminds you of like a sewer type theme. Like this is the cement underground. It has some really nice paint up as well, some nice weathering. The pipes look good. No, solid looking piece, especially for the price tag, you know, because most busts nowadays are very expensive. You know, they're like $2,000 to $4,000. This one clocked in under $1,000. So very, very cool creature. You know, you don't see creatures like this often in bust form. I know there's the 1/4 scale as well by HCG, and I almost bought that, but the detail just wasn't that good. But this definitely looks excellent. It's a lot bigger than, you know, like the T1000. Let's go ahead and see how it looks next to my Resident Evil 2 statues in my video game setup and see if I can make this work on my glass shelf. Alrighty, YouTubers, so check out the Licker Bust by Pure Arts here in the video game setup. I threw it on my garage shelf, well, next to my garage shelf of the Resident Evil diorama, and angled it that way due to the tongue. I feel like this is a bust you're going to want to angle so the tongue sticking out just isn't, you know, a walking hazard. So does look great next to the diorama for sure, as you can see. Now there are a few options, like I said. Like if I wall mounted that, I can throw a wall mount right there, have it right there, then that tongue wouldn't be a problem at all. Technically, I could wall mount it there as well. You know, and what I imagine would be super sick as well is imagine if it's wall mounted like right there, and underneath you did the Pure Arts Jill Valentine, which they've recently updated the portrait, and it looks fantastic now. That one already has like 3 different zombies on the base. It looks super sick. You know, Prime 1's is great, but then you pretty much have to buy the whole diorama, and you're looking at nearly $4,000 at that point, where you could pick up Pure Arts for like $700 or whatever the price was, like 700, 800. You know, and you get 3 zombies. I think that's a really good deal. So I think that'd look great right beneath the Licker Bust as well. Now, definitely a very cool looking bust, no doubt. So I do highly recommend this. You know, especially if you're a big Resident Evil fan or a creature fan, you know, collecting busts. You know, and if you're limited on height space, this is a great piece that just doesn't take up a lot of height space, only being 17 inches tall. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll leave a description in the description below. I'll leave a link where you can purchase this if you're interested, and any other awesome Pure Art statues. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.